Hey guys, welcome back to Fix My Game. Today's request comes from Anonymous. It reads, Hey B-Gun, I wanted to add ships with customizable parts to my racing game. How do I do this? Alright, so the way we're going to do this is by snapping parts to the ship as the player mouses over them, then parenting it to the ship when the player clicks the left mouse button. The first thing we're going to need is a ship model to attach the parts to, so I'll create one quickly in Blender. While I'm doing this, if you have a project that's running into some performance issues, send me a link and I'd love to help fix it. We'll set up a scene, adjust the camera, and make a little turntable to rotate our ship on. I'm going to also create a ship script that I will need later. The next step is to create a series of empty game objects which will act as the mounting points of our ship's components. It's important to note that I have all of the local z-axes pointing outward, which I'll use to define a component's up direction. Each game object needs a collider, so I could detect whether a mounting point has been moused over. Make sure to set the colliders to trigger too, so they don't interfere with other colliders. I want to create a turntable so I can easily see all the mounts, so I'll parent the ship to the ship creator and rotate it when the player pushes horizontal. Multiplying by time.delta time keeps the turning consistent. What we need to do next is raycast from the camera to determine which collider is moused over. We'll use screen point to ray, which converts a mouse position into a line, and raycast on only a layer containing the mounts. Now we can create a game object that we can snap to the mount if a collider is moused over, or just follow the mouse. Make sure to assign the camera to the ship creator and set up the mount layer on all mounts. Create a new layer if necessary. What we need now is some nice parts to mount on the ship. I modeled an engine here, as well as turret, wheel, and stabilization motor. I'll probably put those time lapses in a new video. The one important thing here is that the origin of the model makes sense, and that it points in the correct axis. You'll see why later. Whenever I create prefabs, I like to add the model as a child, so if I update the model, the prefab updates as well. Let's test out our ship creator by dragging a scene object into the current component field. Okay, it works, but only for objects in the scene, not prefabs. Let's create an array of all the parts that I can add to the ship. We'll spawn the first component in the array and set it as the current object. Note that the rotation doesn't really match the rotation of the mounts. Let's fix that. And whenever there's no mount moused over, we'll just use quaternion.identity, which is the rotation equivalent of vector 3.0. Mousing over the mounts is fun, but we want to actually attach the part when the user clicks. First, we'll create a copy of the current component, automatically parenting it to the ship's transform. Then, we'll set the position and rotation as appropriate. Nice, but I'm pretty sure Anon wants to add more than one part to the ship. So let's create a couple more. If you messed up the origin of the model, you can always fix it now by rotating the child model. Okay, we've created all of the parts, and we can add them to the array, but we need a way to switch between them. For that, we'll use the mouse scroll to pick the current component. We'll also make sure to destroy the old component before reassigning it, so we don't end up with tons in the scene. Notice that weird flicker whenever I switch objects? I hate it too. We need to spawn the new object in the last object's position. Now I can add whatever I want. It's kind of weird that we can add many components to the same mount, so let's change that to replace the object on the mount if one exists. Whenever you mouse over, it might be nice to temporarily hide the mount's part. We'll re-show it whenever a different mount is moused over, or if we're moused over nothing. A nice feature is also rotating the object if the user right-clicks. We'll change the saved rotation angle by 90 degrees whenever the user right-clicks. And apply that rotation around the mount's z-axis. The order here is very important, as quaternions don't add the same. That's looking good. Last bug annoying me is that the parts just go through the floor right now, so I want to fake perspective. Adding some final touches, and this is what we end up with. This asset package, with all the scripts and models, will be available in the asset store soon. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you want, please subscribe to see more of these videos, including part 2. Thanks for watching.